Welcome to Two's Company, Three's a Podcast, Newcastle's #1 film, TV and gaming podcast. Sometimes we talk about movies. My name is Dylan, and as always, with my co-host,
Mitchell, and we best be calling Turkey and visiting Belfort, France, because it's time for 2C3 Pod, running the bases! We're aware of your condition, and we've made a decision. We can't bring you home.
We can't bring you home. So it's another spacey one.
Another?
Armageddon? Apollo 13? Apollo 11? Apollo 18?
That's Apollo 18 from 2011.
Yeah. So Apollo 18 was the horror film. Sort of, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So they travel to the moon, but then there's like the rocks come alive or some shit like that. I don't know. It's quite interesting. You should watch it. Anyway, welcome everybody to Friday's episode of Two's Company, Three's a Podcast. This is episode 90.
90. We made it.
Yeah, we've made so many of these things. 90, in fact.
Goddamn many. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope you geared up for a big old trailer park edition, because I am. I got the shakes and everything.
You certainly do.
Bit of a sugar rush going on. But anyway, before we get into a bit of do our chores. Social medias.
Yeah.
I forgot for a second what our chores were. Sorry, Mum. At 2C3 Pod, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
All at 2C3 Pod. And make sure you're watching and or listening on your favourite and preferred platforms: Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Overcast, iTunes, whatever. And most importantly, YouTube.
Big summer blowout.
But most importantly, Apple.
Yes, Apple Podcasts. If you have an Apple device or anything like that, make sure to head on to that purple app and give us a review.
Yep.
That's the key thing.
Absolutely. Give us a review, leave us some stars, and we will certainly read out whatever you write. So say whatever you want, just make sure you drop a comment in there, of course.
And just to be aware, if you want the review to count, you've got to leave a little message there. So leave that little message, and as Dylan just said, we'll read it out next Wednesday's edition.
Absolutely. You support the show as well, tpublic.com, redbubble.com, and of course Patreon as well. Or if you want to chuck in a buck here at Two's Company, Three's a Podcast at gmail.com, we do have PayPal.
That's right, exactly. But Patreon, 3 very affordable tiers, and we've got some wonderful people we're going to shout out at the end of the show and end of every show, so stay tuned for that.
Absolutely. And also, this podcast is sponsored by Gun Gear and Graphics. You'll hear more about that later, but for now, I think it's time to blow that whistle, man.
What whistle is that? I'm always confused by this because I never understand oh my god, can't see my better off. It's time to head on down to the trailer park.
You said that incorrectly.
I'm sorry, but when I come up with a slogan, I could say it however I'd like.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm so
used to the
I'm
repetition
so in tune
of it.
to the idea that you say the same thing in succession, and I really enjoy it.
Do it again, and I'll see if I can hit it because I can't remember right now. Oh, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to head on. No. Betty Sue, my cousin wife.
Yeah, Betty Sue, my cousin
wife. It's time to head on down to the trailer park.
Absolutely.
That's right. If you didn't gather that, it's Trailer Park, where we review the freshest trailers that have hit the interwebs of the latest week.
Absolutely. Now, these episodes, we usually also include a Yas or Pass.
That's right.
But right now, with the scheduling conflicts of Planet Earth, it is just Trailer Park.
We haven't done one of those in about a month and a half, so probably a solid 12 episodes.
Rather depressing.
It is very depressing. But
I mean, we could go through the Netflix and Amazon coming soon list, but fuck that.
No, that's right.
Because I won't check them out.
We've got enough on our plate, and we fill these episodes out very well.
Absolutely,
anyway.
yeah.
So hopefully a Yas or Pass coming up in the next month or so. So
for
stay tuned.
Hey,
and episode 100, that would be amazing.
Yeah, 5 weeks away. Well, 4 weeks away now. Wait, no, 5 weeks away because it's 90.
5 weeks. 4. Yeah.
I have no idea. Anyway, basic math. The first one for Capital Rank is an interesting one that I saw the trailer for last week. And it's just out of all of the trailers this week.
This is a French trailer park.
Yeah, trailers. Honestly, this is probably the most excited thing So this
is your double wide for the week.
This is my double wide of the week, and the most excited I have been for a TV series in a long time.
Awesome.
And main reason being from its announcement. I thought this is brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very specific as to why it's getting made as well, which is fantastic.
For sure.
Anyway, so the first one, cab off the rank or trailer off the park, if you'd like, is Space Force.
Space Force.
From the mind of Greg Daniels, the Office, Parks and Rec, King of the Hill, comes this much more Greg Daniels feeling show, Space Force. The story is loosely based on Donald Trump's brilliant idea to split the Air Force into a new division that goes beyond the air to space. So what better to do than mock it in a new hilarious comedy? With a stacked cast including Steve Carell, Noah Emmerich, John Malkovich, Ben Schwartz, Jimmy O Yang, and an incredibly old Fred Willard, this has major comedic potential, shuffling onto Netflix like Steve Carell shuffling to a Rupert Holmes classic, May 29th.
Absolutely. Now, the main reason that I really like the idea of this TV series is simply because it's taken the absurd idea that Donald Trump spouted in an interview called the United Space Force, and they've just fucking ran with it completely and made a sitcom surrounding it, starring Steve Carell. And I didn't think that I'd actually be able to watch this. Reason being, I didn't think this was going to be a Netflix production.
Yeah, it looks like a proper sitcom.
Yeah, well, not only that, but for whatever reason, I don't know why, maybe this was just a silly assumption, but I assumed it was going to be like HBO or Apple Plus?
Something like that. I don't know.
Apple streaming,
It
whatever.
hasn't really taken off. Apple doesn't have much chance.
That's right, yeah. So I thought it was going to be one of those streaming services that we didn't have access to. I didn't realize this was a Netflix production.
Yeah.
John Malkovich, Ben Schwartz, Stephen Carell looks funny in this. The trailer itself shows off the absurdity of the idea in itself.
Absolutely.
And I cannot wait. And I still find it fascinating that the United States Space Force is still actually a thing.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy that this thing has actually got the legs or
I've got the most credible source open right now, Wikipedia. The United States 100%. Space Force, or also known as the USSF. It says here founded 20th December 2019, 4 months ago as an independent service, but it also says here 1st of September 1982.
Okay.
37 years and 8 months, known as Air Force Space Command.
Okay, right.
Which also sounds like it's out of a comic book.
I was going to say that sounds like an 80s movie.
Well,
not an actual thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
For sure.
No, that's right. But either way, whether it's real or not, I mean, just the fact that you've got Greg Daniels behind this and Steve Carell, my God, I cannot get over how funny that man is.
Oh, man.
I just love him so friggin' much. But just that opening scene to this like full-length trailer of like them sitting around saying, you've been promoted, and he's like all happy and stuff and that. And they're like, you're going to have a command in space. And he's like, what?
Yeah, he doesn't believe in himself.
It's fantastic.
Then, obviously, the concept of him essentially failing, trying to build this Space Force and get it off the ground, no pun intended, and people are laughing at him for it, and he knows that this is ridiculous, but the POTUS wants it, President of the United States.
That's right.
And it encapsulates that typical American comedic style, which we all know and love, and especially portrayed by Steve Carell. And I love John Malkovich, and I think he's going to do perform really well in this. It looks like a hell of a good time.
That's right. And I can't remember the exact figure, but watching the rocket explode, and he's like, how much was that? And
4 middle schools.
Yeah.
And he goes, fuck.
No, that's right. But he says 4 middle schools, and he's like, 4 million? And he's like, no, 4 middle schools. And he's like, fuck. It's fantastic. No, I'm very much looking forward to this. Big summer blowout on all schemes. Yeah. And we've only got to wait like 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm so excited. And it's going to be all episodes there ready to go. And I'm going to binge the shit out of this.
Yeah. So starting off with 10 episodes straight up, May 29.
Yes,
is
very
the release
exciting.
date here.
Absolutely.
So,
as I said in the description, gosh.
Yeah, for sure. Well, look, I'm just having a look at the list here. It's got the list of episodes and who they're written by.
Yes.
First episode, Steve Carell and Greg Daniels.
Yes.
Second episode, just Greg Daniels.
Yep.
And every other episode except for the final one is all different people.
Yeah.
So they've got different concepts, obviously leading to the one conclusion, obviously, in episode 10.
Yeah.
But that's exciting, the fact that it's not just the one guy. I mean, obviously, if it's the one guy, it's got the one vision.
Yeah.
But this kind of absurd story, I think, is going to benefit from having multiple different angles.
Absolutely. That's why all of the great sitcoms always relied on God knows how many writers and things of that nature. So,
yeah, absolutely.
No, but either way, Greg Daniels and Steve Carell teaming back up after their success with The Office many moons ago. So very excited for this one. 100%, man.
Cool. All right.
Hit us with the next swoon.
On to the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, get ready.
Think like a dog. Get ready to sniff some butts and eat your own vomit. God damn it.
I broke him already, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, just to clarify, I write the descriptions and Dylan reads them for the first time on air. So take it away, Dylan.
Oh, it's just so relevant.
Yeah, exactly. That's you're welcome.
Get ready to sniff some butts and eat your own vomit because it's time for Think Like a Dog. Here comes the family film no one asks for as a young genius boy experimenting with reading minds develops the technology to read his dog's thoughts. But with great tech comes great enemies trying to steal said tech by any means possible. Enter Kunal Nair as the villain. Good to see his post-Big Bang career is going well. Is that him? I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah,
right.
That's Raj.
Yeah. He dated like India's top model. He was doing well for himself.
Because he's actually a handsome dude who's a wealthy actor, people. He's not a freaking nerd. Get over it.
Absolutely.
Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Also starring Megan Fox and Josh Duhamel as aging parents far from their Transformers days. As the tagline says, anything is plausible. Jumping into an on-demand rental, not surprisingly, like a dog from a window, June 9.
Yeah.
This film looks like if I was 6 and it was the 90s still, I would love it.
This film looks like it would have starred Tim Allen.
Yeah.
It feels like a 90s Tim Allen film.
Because he did the Shaggy Dog. He
Yeah,
also
exactly.
did, the Santa Claus and Toy
Yep.
Story, all those classic 90s films.
Yeah.
And he would be either the voice of the dog or the parent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like the voice of the dog, I can picture this being a Shaggy Dog. And if this came out in the 90s with Tim Allen, 190 mil at the box office.
And you know what?
Guaranteed.
I think there may have even been some 90s influence over this film, because
Has to
there
be.
was one thing I really enjoyed about the trailer, and you can definitely pinpoint what that is before I say it.
Okay, was it something to do with the dog and the fact that it was like cats and dogs?
It's got nothing to do with cats. I love that movie.
That's what I mean. I thought that because there's something
the trailer has narration.
Oh, right, of course.
One day your family finds a dog.
Oh, but that doesn't last the whole time.
The trailer I watched certainly
Did
did.
it?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, there are multiple trailers.
I think I watched a different trailer to you.
Either
I don't
way,
think there
the
was
film
narration.
doesn't look fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
actually, no, I'll take it back. It
Okay,
does look
well-
fun if you're 6.
Exactly. And I'll tell you what, I think I'm pigeonholed into, actually, I'm going to be watching this.
Yeah, so you
there's
can give
a good
full,
chance my son
I
or
expect
daughter.
a full 600-word review
Oh,
of Think Like a Dog.
Shit.
But yeah, as we said, it looks like your typical 90s dog
It
can
really
speak,
does.
but obviously with a few modern influences like technology mainly. But
Yeah.
it's all the same concepts we've seen in films before.
No, that's right. There was really nothing that stood out as potential. Like no, there was really
the initial
nothing.
release is going to be 30 July in Russia.
Exactly, that's right.
It's not a Russian film.
No, that's right. But there's
Just
a reason.
saying.
I do my research, and as you read at the end, it's coming to on demand June
Yeah.
9th. Okay, so
Yep.
stay tuned for that one. This is the big summer blunder.
Yeah,
we
for
have
sure.
no interest in this, and I don't think it's going to be any good at all. Megan Fox and Josh Duhamel, keep it up.
Listen, I don't mind Josh Duhamel in
Yeah,
some
no,
of
no.
the things. I don't think he's an actor in the way that you can immerse yourself into the roles that he plays.
Yeah, he's an actor.
Yeah, he's an actor. He's just kind of like there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Megan Fox, I don't think I've ever enjoyed anything of hers when I think about it.
I don't like her.
Yeah, she
At all.
She was fine eye candy in Transformers 1 and 2 because those movies were okay, especially the first one. I'll always vouch for that movie being great. But
Yeah.
other than that and everything since then, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there
Will
a
Arnett
real-
was great.
Oh, I don't know about that because there was a scene in one of them, I think it was the first one, where Megan Fox's character is leaning out of a moving window while Will Arnett's driving.
Yeah.
Will Arnett is 30 years her senior? Or at
Oh,
least
yeah.
it feels like.
Yeah.
And he's fully staring at her ass and makes
But
a
she's
comment
an
about
adult.
it. Yeah, but
She's
I get
an
it.
adult.
But it's just so... That scene itself was cringy as hell. It's like, dude, you are too old to be staring right at Megan Fox's ass.
He didn't write that. Okay? He had to do that.
I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing against Will Arnett. We've talked about him in our last episode.
Will Arnett, you deviant.
Yeah, I love that dude. I just
That's
thought
right,
that
yeah.
scene itself was so fucking...
Oh, no, yeah.
It was yuck.
Well, you pencil that in with the rest of the film and it's just not fun. It's just not
Well,
good. But,
yeah.
But either way, yeah, I
What were we talking about?
I never even found anything appealing about Megan Fox. I remember teenage friends going to see Transformers
My
1.
older brother was in love with
And
her.
I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. And look at her thumbs.
I know,
Look at her thumbs.
she has thumb doubles.
No,
you know
look
that?
at it. Well, I'm not surprised if you've seen them. But anyway, all right, moving on to the next one. Hopefully we get a good one here.
Yes.
All right, the King of Staten Island. Hey, I can't do Jersey. Anyway, from director Judd Apatow comes
Just do
this
Italian, it's fine.
Yeah. Fuck. Spaghetti. Anyway, the King of Staten Island. From director Judd Apatow comes the my God.
Hey, Dylan, how are you? Today you showing up.
Yeah, good, thanks. From director Judd Apatow comes this semi-autobiographical comedy about Pete Davidson and his life. When his firefighting father passes away during the events of September 11, Pete must cope with growing up and becoming a man without him. From his younger sister going to college and his mum dating another fireman, the slacker with dreams of tattooing must learn how to love his life, accepting that he may have no potential. With an all-star cast including Marissa Tomei, Steve Buscemi, Bill Burr, and hey, Dylan's favourite, Jimmy Tatro. The laugh seemingly will come hand in hand with the drama and hopefully provide a good time. Dropping onto On Demand like an 8-foot tall guy into an above-ground pool, 12th of June.
That line in particular, you're in an above pool and you're 8 foot tall.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to tell Mum that you tried to drown me.
Yeah. I watched this trailer and I definitely got the vibe before knowing that it was, before you confirmed it, that this was an autobiographical, semi-autobiographical film about Pete Davidson's life. However,
Yes.
Judd Apatow knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
And I think this film looks good.
It looks great.
It looks genuinely interesting.
Absolutely.
And fair enough, there has been times in the past where some directors can pull off having terrible actors.
Of course.
And in this case, I don't think Pete Davidson really is going to be a terrible actor. I think he's showing some chops with this.
I was going to say, and I don't think he's actually acting that much because a lot of this is real.
He's playing to his strengths as an individual, so I think that's really going to work for the film. Marissa Tomei, I really like her in just about everything. She's an attractive woman.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, but most importantly, besides the story and the concept surrounding the story that I really enjoyed, I love Bill Burr when he's acting.
Okay, thank you. Oh, for a second there, I was going to say, don't you try and defend his shitty comedy.
Oh, listen, I enjoy...
When I say shitty comedy, I don't want to offend anybody, but at the same time, I don't enjoy a man who's yelling constantly about things I don't care about.
I watch some of his comedy specials, and I don't mind them. They're good for what they are.
Yeah,
however, I watch his interviews with Joe Rogan where he's being really honest to himself and others, but he had essentially a lead role in one episode of The Mandalorian.
Okay,
playing like an in-universe Star Wars character, and he wasn't Bill Burr. He acted. Yeah, unlike we just said about Josh Duhamel or whatever. You could really sink into his character. I was like, holy fuck, Bill Burr has acting chops. He's not just an angry, yellow New Yorker.
Exactly.
And then in this, it shows a similar side of the acting skill that Bill Burr definitely harnesses.
That's right, yeah.
Not only do I want to see this for everybody else, but I definitely want to see this for Bill Burr's acting career potential.
Absolutely. Everything I saw with Bill Burr in this trailer made me excited to watch that character. You know, and Pete Davidson, the way
played the stepdad.
Exactly, that's right. But he's like everything about this, like you said, semi-autobiographical, because his dad did die. It was a fireman in 9/11. That's right. He still lives with his mum. His little sister went off to college.
There's a really good joke about that in the trailer.
Exactly, that's right. It's fantastic. So, no, I'm very excited about this, and I'm excited to see Pete Davidson do something that doesn't involve telling Ariana Grande jokes.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be in there somewhere. But
it shouldn't, because this is pre-fame.
That's right. You know what? Why couldn't he cast his own mother? Wouldn't that be cool?
Because
she's probably not an actor.
I was going to say she's not an actress, and I'm sure she didn't want a bar of it. And I mean, you got to have a bit of eye candy there. And if you're going to pick a mid-40s woman, I mean, Marissa Tomei.
Either that or the woman who starred in Weeds. What's her name?
Oh, God, I have no idea, but I know exactly who you're talking about. She's nice as well.
She's an attractive older woman, for sure. Yeah, cool. So the King of Staten Island looks good. I genuinely think it's going to be... I don't know. It's hard to say Big Summer Blowout when it comes to grand scheme, but personally, I really like the idea.
No, that's right. I think with no theatres and all that kind of stuff, we've just got to speak on a personal standpoint, and it's a Big Summer Blowout for me, and I'll definitely be checking it out 12th of June on demand.
Absolutely. Cool.
All right.
List is an interesting one.
Yes.
Because next on the list is also one that I definitely will be checking out. Spoiler alert for our next trailer. Shirley. 2C 3-pod hit list. Stalwart. Okay, because I read that earlier. I was like, what the hell does that mean? What does that even mean? Can you explain that to me?
Stalwart means like forever stay, like they're always there. You know, that kind of thing.
Stalwart.
Yeah, that's right. And you criticised my education a few months ago.
Elizabeth... You son of a bitch.
Yes. Oh, there's a reason I penciled this one for you.
Okay, so hit list stalwart Elizabeth Moss is at it again. This time in a novelist. This time in a chilling, dramatic, suspenseful role as the titular character Shirley. She stars as a novelist looking for her next inspiration when she finds a young couple who come to stay at their place for a stint. While there, the young couple, most notably the female, discovers the mind games and chilling realization that they are the influence of the next novella. But how will this story end? Will they learn that their ending has already been written? A film festival favourite which has earned distribution for later in the year, so smacking into theatres like fingers on a typewriter, TBD.
Now Shirley, and like you said, Elizabeth Moss.
Yes.
One of our favourites. She's been on a bit of a roll lately.
Yeah, with that one film she made that was fantastic.
No, well, Invisible Man, but even before then, we saw her in The Kitchen, and I hated the film, but she was fantastic.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
exactly.
I forgot about that, but she was good.
Yeah, so for the life of the podcast so far, she's been on a damn roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have grown to adore her even more than I already did, and this looks chilling as fuck.
Cool. I agree. And with the trailer...
Cool.
Yes. So cool. the trailer does give off the same kind of vibes that she portrayed a strange character. I wouldn't say mental illness, but just mental differences. And she's she's mysterious.
I think intelligent as fuck. And
Oh,
she
yeah,
knows how
for
to
sure.
play a victim. You know, like
absolutely.
A victim.
But
Dunno.
the kind of characters that she's portrayed that we've seen in recently definitely play to her strengths.
That's right.
And there are a lot of tone similarities between Shirley and Invisible Man. Not saying that they're produced by the same people.
No.
But they obviously look. It looks like they looked at Invisible Man and go, okay, she can really. Fair enough. She may not be the most attractive bombshell in Hollywood.
Oh.
But she's
a handsome lady.
She's a handsome lady for sure. But I'm saying like she's not this
I understand. Yeah, she's
big
not
busty bombshell.
That's right.
She can really play a character to a T.
Absolutely.
A written character in some kind of distraught sort of mental state or conflicting mental state. And it looks like she's going to bring her A game in Shirley as well. As you said, festival favorite.
Yes.
The trailer style reminded me of Midsommar.
Yeah, it has those tones, right?
A film that I still am yet to see, but I like the idea.
No, absolutely. But I agree with you about her performance and bringing it from the previous roles and things of that nature. But I'm more intrigued to see how she performs because in The Kitchen and Invisible Man, she was playing a victim, essentially, who then overcomes.
In this
is
case,
her from the beginning being in control, you know, playing the mind games and things like that. So I'm curious to see how she goes playing essentially the villain as opposed to the sympathetic figure. So I'm really excited for this one, and I hope it does get held off until cinemas reopen. Yeah. Because I want to see this on the big screen and have a nice mindfuck ride, you know?
Absolutely. And as you said, like, you know, she plays the victim essentially in those other films. I still think the kind of characters that she played still had a lot of strength and resilience to them. So to turn that on its head and to play the villain essentially, I think it's perfect for an actress like Elizabeth Moss.
Yes,
I think it's certainly a good choice for her. So I'm definitely looking forward to Shirley. It's going to be a big summer blowout.
Big summer blowout, personally, 100%. But Becky. All right, the next trailer off the park. Let's continue this trailer park train of films with singular female names as the title, shall we? Here we find another new horror thriller by the name of Becky. The story of a young girl and her father, Jeff, the perfect name for any character Joel McHale plays, 6 seasons in a movie, who, along with Jeff's girlfriend, head to a cabin in the woods for a relaxing weekend. But to their shock, 4 prison inmates have escaped and are looking for a key. But not just any key, a Nazi key. Oh, did I not mention the escapees are Nazis? Oh, did I not mention Kevin fucking James is the lead Nazi? Yep, you heard that right, and I'll tell you what, it looks incredibly fun and not a single bit comedic. Shock and striking on demand like a nail bored into a Nazi skull, June 5th.
Yeah. I saw this trailer the other day, and my instant reaction was like, this won't turn around your opinion of Kevin James. Although it does, it steps outside the box. You know, it's obviously, you know, they're casting characters which we know, or actors I should say, who were primarily into comedic roles.
Yes.
Joel McHale obviously has dipped into more dramatic roles in the past.
Absolutely. Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, and of course, Deliver Us from Evil with Eric Bana.
Yes.
Not a great movie, but he, as a character in that role, was awesome.
Yep.
Kevin James plays a brooding, gigantic, bald Nazi.
Yes.
Like a serious Nazi.
Huge, bushy beard.
Who insults the interracial couple, essentially. So Joel McHale and his wife. Is that Amanda Brugel who plays Kayla? Is that the wife in this film?
I believe
African-American woman anyway.
Yes,
but
Amanda Brugel.
In the trailer he makes a comment that you don't breed 2 different species together because you get the worst of each. And
because he was talking about the Rottweiler.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So essentially, critics are saying, or actually reviewers and critics and all that are saying that this film is just like Home Alone on steroids, in the sense that Lulu Wilson plays the main character.
That's right.
And she's a young girl who sets up these traps and tries to free her family, her father namely.
Except in a brutal, gorish way.
Absolutely. And I think... See, this is what really attracted me to this film. Not only the fact that Joel McHale and Kevin James are stepping into the more dramatic, violent sort of role, but Lulu Wilson is an actress I've followed from a very young age, and as crazy as that may sound, don't take that the wrong way. I first saw her, I think it was Ouija Origin of Evil. Which... and then she was in a few other horror films after that. She was in Annabelle Creation and a few other things that I can't name off the top of my head, but everything... What were you saying?
There was The Haunting of Hill House.
Haunting of Hill House, yes, for sure.
Exactly. I thought you were gearing up for that.
So everything that I've seen Lulu Wilson in from a very young age to now, she's been brilliant. As a child actress, she's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And in this, it looks like she's really come to her strength in terms of her acting ability, and she knows how to get violent. Yeah,
absolutely. But also, she was in Deliver Us from Evil.
Was she?
Yeah.
Wow, she would have been very young.
2014, so 6 years ago. Yeah. So how old is she now?
I have no idea, like fucking 16, I
she's
think.
15.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Actually, not even 15 right now. So, she would have been 9.
I became a big fan of hers when she was like 6, when she was very young. But it says here, like in the production, it was announced that Simon Pegg was supposed to be in this film.
Oh,
but then it says
very intriguing.
Yeah, but then it says Joel McHale then joined the cast, not saying replaced. So I'm not sure whether he was supposed to be the father or not.
No, I reckon Simon Pegg might have been one of the other Nazis, because there is one of the Nazis that she attacks that has red hair. So they might have had that like penciled in for
maybe
a redhead Nazi.
It's a bit of a waste throwaway though. You'd think that having him in the trailer would be a draw.
Though. He could have been as equal with Kevin James. You never know. But then losing that, they're just like, okay, we've got 3 other guys and Kevin James.
Possibly,
but, as you know, I do not have a very high opinion of Kevin James.
No.
But as I have said many a time, that is because of his ridiculously stupid self-serving comedy.
Yeah.
This has no comedy attached to it, so I'm going in with an open mind, man.
This is an acting role. Okay, so so it's not just Joel McHale. You're actually down for this film.
I'm down. Yeah, this is
sick. Very good.
Absolutely, cool. Man. Like you said, I'm not as familiar with Lulu, but Becky, she looks fantastic.
Yep.
Joel McHale, I will adore until the day I die.
Yep.
And Kevin James, I have zero respect for his comedy whatsoever. But if he stays away from his comedy, I'm open to whatever he does. I've got no issue with the actor. But I do have an issue with Kevin James, the person in the comedy.
Yeah.
But if there's no comedy, man, I'm happy to see a guy with a Nazi symbol on the back of his bald head and a big bushy beard get beaten up by a little girl. I'm all about that, man. Yeah, no, 100%. This looks good.
Cool. Yeah. I just had another quick look of Lulu Wilson's filmography. Mm-hmm. She also played Doctor Strange's daughter, Donna Strange, in a deleted scene to Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay.
So she was
didn't make the final cut, but
almost in the MCU.
Oh, that's still pretty fun, though.
But the most recent thing I saw her in was an episode of Star Trek Picard.
Okay,
which
right.
is obviously the TV series I've watched recently, where she plays the daughter of classic characters, which I loved from back in the 90s. So
that's cool.
For her to be considered canon in the Star Trek Next Generation universe, for me as a huge nerd of that, I really like that concept. So there's another nail in the coffin for her as well. She's brilliant.
Another nail in the coffin?
I fucked that up. Yeah,
I was going to say, I was hoping... Oh, you poor thing. We've already written your grave.
I was hoping we would skip past that and nobody noticed, but you certainly did.
No, of course. I've got to pick up on that. Come on.
Alrighty. Next on the list is a film that I'm not really sure. Baby Teeth. Well, look what we have here. An Australian drama. An Australian drama with potential? Here we have Baby Teeth, the feature film director debut from Shannon Murphy sees a young... That's debut, by the way. Here we have Baby Teeth, blah, 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 blah. Directed from Shannon Murphy sees the story of a young girl who is very sick named Mila, who falls head over heels in love with a slightly older boy named Moses. Unfortunately for Mila's parents, Moses happened to be a small-time drug dealer with a fully sick mad cunt, a.k.a. a bogan, lol. Can their two different worlds coexist with, or will Satellite Q be too much for everyone to handle, ripping into on demand like a wig from a cancer patient June 19th? I fucked that one up.
That's all good. I'm sure they understood the humour. But anyway, so Baby Teeth. Now we have an Australian film on this list.
Yeah.
And I'm pleasantly optimistic about the potential, even though I hate looking at mullets for extended periods of time.
Ben Mendelsohn is in this film.
Exactly.
And he's amazing.
Exactly.
It baffles me that a guy with such an Australian accent, who hasn't lost his Australian accent at all, and also has a heavy lisp, also managed to play big villains in massive Hollywood films.
Yeah.
That to me is surprising, the fact that he could do that, but at the same time... like he's got it.
Yeah.
But then to come back and play a relatively small-time role in an Australian film...
That's right.
My first thought is... this film is probably going to be really good.
Yeah.
But I will never see this.
Okay. Even if it comes to theatres and it's the opening session of the first day, you're available to go to the event cinemas?
I'll probably go see it.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's a positive, ladies and gentlemen. But no, I completely get what you mean, and it's not normally something we'd look at, but as we've established over the life of the podcast, we like to try and expand our horizons in that, and we've been dying to fucking see an Australian film.
Yes, we have.
This one I would see if there was a nice session and there wasn't huge competition.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it has that kind of potential. But like I said, the concept of a bogan being a main feature in a drama, it's like so off-putting. But I get the story because it's something that is prevalent. You know,
Yeah.
like
I think it's simply like being Australians, we watch this and go, oh, we go down to our local grocery shop and we see this on a daily basis.
I'm amazed he didn't have the bum bag the whole time as well.
Right, yeah, and tennis shoes for whatever reason, and a stripy polo shirt. What the fuck are you thinking?
And the cap that like sits up and is never pulled on properly because they've got to keep the locks flowing.
So
like,
I'm not the only old man who thinks that's ridiculous.
oh, it's fucking disgusting. I don't get it at all. I'm like, okay, I'd rather walk down and see people with overalls and a fat nipple hanging out and a piece of straw and a broken hat and stuff and riding a John Deere tractor. I wish we had rednecks. They seem a little more fun.
Yeah.
Bogans are just ew.
Yeah, that's right.
Ew.
I'm not sure if any lads listen or watch this podcast.
If
I
they
highly
do,
doubt
fucking
it.
stop it. I don't like you.
I would hope people with some level of intelligence would listen and watch this podcast. But if anybody out there who does listen to this podcast, first of all, thank you very much. But if you do dress like a lad, you're a fucking moron. And there's the door. And please stop it because you look dumb.
Yeah.
You don't look intimidating. This is my message to everyone.
Please.
We can even clip this if we want.
Yeah.
You don't look intimidating. You look dumb. You're all really skinny.
Yes.
So get some meat on your bones.
Exactly.
And just stop it.
And by the way, have you heard of a good haircut?
Have you heard of a job?
Yeah, that's the thing. We're waiting a lot. Wait, I've gone to redneck.
Yeah.
I've gone to fucking redneck.
No, that's definitely something. Anyway, listen. As we said, this film probably will be good, and I think it looks good. Yeah. I just don't. I'm not rushing to it.
No. Well, if we had to pick out of this list, there's about 4 films ahead of it.
Oh,
but that's just me. But I will still say I want to support Australian cinema this year, well, when the cinemas reopen, of course.
Yeah.
So if this one is available to watch and there's nothing else that floats my boat, this one has potential to be the floaty of the boaty.
Floaty of the boaty. Yeah, very good.
That's exactly right. So big summer blowout personally, but if I don't see it by the end of the year, well, okay. That's it.
Yeah, fair enough.
If I don't see it by the end of the year, that's it.
Yeah,
fair
cool.
enough.
Now, we have hit the 30-minute mark and we have one left, but should we throw in a sponsor as well?
Hell yeah, we should.
Absolutely. Now, as we said at the top of the episode, this episode is sponsored by Gun Gear and Graphics. Now, we've recently had a makeover, as you may notice if you're watching, but if you're listening as well, you would have clicked on the logo somewhere. You would have seen our new logo.
Social medias? Absolutely.
Absolutely. All of our new social media logos and merchandise designs have been designed by Gun Gear and Graphics.
That's right. Oh, yes.
Throw it to you, but sure.
We don't have structure for this. We're just winging it, so I wasn't sure. But Gun Gear and Graphics, absolutely. Tyler Gunn from Gun Gear and Graphics, they do amazing work for, like you said, logos. If you have an online presence of any type at all and you're looking for a fresh new look or something like that, or a logo rebuild or anything like that, hit him up. Very affordable, wonderful products. Only 5-star reviews on Facebook, I
Only 5-star reviews on Facebook and absolutely quick turnaround as well. And obviously the price is per product. So he does, as we mentioned, logos if you're a YouTuber in a band or a small business. Any kind of online presence where you need digital graphics, he's your guy. But not only that. In the tagline, name of the business, Gear, he also custom designs and makes local wrestling attire as well, which he will ship worldwide.
I was going to say local. He's shipping across the country as we speak. My God.
Absolutely.
But no, if you haven't seen any of the gear that he has made, check out his socials, Instagram and Facebook. There's some gorgeous gear that he makes by hand.
Absolutely.
It's outstanding work. So Gun Gear and Graphics, Facebook and Instagram, look him up. He's fantastic.
Absolutely. Go there right now and have a check out of what he does. Now, not only that as well, but if you're also in the market for a full body caricature of yourself, cartoon image of yourself, essentially what that means. He also produces those as well as a brand new product. So
absolutely, fantastic as well.
Yeah, if you're in the market for some graphics, hit up Gun Gear and Graphics. All links are below.
He'll make you look like a superhero.
For sure.
Yep. All right. One more trailer to rip into, my friend.
Absolutely. All right. This is one I think we're both kind of keen on, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely. We have Inmate number 1, The Rise of Danny Trejo. We just had potentially an Australian film we may want to witness, and now a documentary we definitely want to see.
Yeah.
Looks like it with Inmate number 1. The documentary is all about the incredible rise of Danny Trejo as it follows his rough beginnings all the way to the highest points of his career, from murder to drug addiction to jail time to the big screen. This story deserves to be told, and it looks like it could be as captivating as any fictional story man could tell. dying to get onto screens like Danny dying in almost all of his films later this year.
Absolutely. So we're earlier this year, or was it later 2019, where we said that Danny Trejo
I believe it was late last year.
Finally hit the record of being killed the most out of any actor in all films, beating Christopher Lee, God bless his soul, essentially.
Absolutely.
So the rise of Danny Trejo, inmate number 1. Now, what that essentially means is, which they reveal in the trailer,
it's fantastic.
It's so the beginning of his career, he was typecast as inmate number 1 or
Hispanic
biker number 1 or Hispanic number 1.
Yeah, inmate number 7.
That's right. But his unique style and also unique look really got him, attracted to bigger Hollywood producers, and then excelled and propelled his career into the proportions that they are now. I don't think he's ever had any really big, major, singular leading man roles in massive Hollywood box office successes, but
of course,
in the films that he has done, which are very catered to his design, essentially,
absolutely,
they've all been a blast.
Yeah.
But every time somebody mentions Danny Trejo, yes, he's been in a lot of films, but the one that always springs to mind, he's the bartender in Anchorman.
100%.
I don't know why.
100%.
Yeah.
Damn. That dude cleans up good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that so much. But not only that, man. I mean, he was in Spy Kids.
Yep.
He did get the chance to be a lead in Machete.
Kills. Yeah. But that spawned off a fake trailer from Robert Rodriguez.
I know.
And that's
fantastic.
what's unique. That's what's so great about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that spawned, Grindhouse. That spawned a few. Hobo with a Shotgun as well. There's been many a thing like that. But Danny Trejo, he's just got the most unique career ever.
Yeah.
Like, for where he came from and what he went through before he even cleaned himself up and became sober, let alone start in 400 plus bloody productions over the last 30 years.
Now, when you say 400 bloody productions, I think you just mean productions in pre-production right now. If you open up his IMDb page, if you have
I'm clapping the mic, I'm so excited.
Open up his IMDb page right now.
I have it, dude.
And you can see, like, the first 50,000 lists here are all announced and in pre-production. We even have Machete Kills in Space.
Yeah, I've heard about that, yeah.
But Zombie Bride, Millennials, Cross 4, War on... He's got 1,000 things in production right now.
Okay, so just take into account all the scheduling conflicts, meaning COVID right now, going on. He currently has 4 films completed.
Yeah.
He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 10 in post-production, so basically completed. They're just getting edited
also
and fine-tuned.
Inclusive of American Pie Presents Girls Rules, where he plays a janitor.
Oh my God, of
They're
course
still
he
happening?
does.
Yeah.
Damn, that bitch cleans up good. That's
I clean up good.
Yeah, being a janitor. That's fantastic. But and then in pre-production as well, he has about another 9, and he's currently filming, so I presume delayed right now, but 2 more films.
Yeah.
This dude just doesn't stop. And how old is he? He's 70... 60, 70, he's 76.
Yeah.
He's 76.
Yeah, so he was...
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
on
May
Saturday.
16, 1944.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, so essentially the film Inmate Number 1, The Rise of Danny Trejo, says what the title suggests. So it tells his upbringing from where he started and where he has been and where he went from now moving forward. And it looks like he went from, having a really rough upbringing where he was addicted to heroin at a very young age.
At 12, apparently. That's just mind-boggling.
He looked 50 years of age when he was like 16, and then it landed these roles, and then the direct correlation that he says in the trailer when he's speaking to inmates, where he's giving like a motivational speech saying like, all the good in his life was a direct result of him being good to others.
Yeah,
and I think
this is a very good message.
I think obviously it's telling the story of an interesting person, but it's also trying to teach the lesson of an interesting person where if you try and do good will follow. And,
absolutely.
And it will project. And, very interesting biographical film that I am very, very keen on.
100%, man. 100%. Like I said in the description, I don't think there's a fictional story somebody could write that could be this messed up and captivating from somebody where they started to where they ended. And if I'm not wrong, in the trailer, I'm pretty sure they insinuated, and it might be fully explained in the film, but did they insinuate that he murdered somebody and buried him in his mum's backyard?
No. He buried it was a handgun and a hand grenade. No, it was a sawn-off shotgun and a hand grenade that he buried in the backyard, and that's what he was warning his mother about.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So he's hiding something from somebody else's crimes or his crimes, but
that's right. Yeah, but it was two weapons. But look, I don't think this. Listen, first and foremost, fair enough. It'll depend on what kind of story this tells. You have to remember that he is an actor.
Oh yeah. 100%.
If he had actually killed somebody deliberately in real life, there's no way he would have the career that he has.
But at the same time, though, if it was like a manslaughter charge and he had to serve 8 years or something like that and got out, he's free to talk about it if it did happen.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. But at the same time, like, would he have such an expansive career? Would he?
Well,
like,
I don't know.
He is an actor first and foremost.
Oh, there's this guy who's like been very successful called O.J. Simpson.
Chopper Reed.
Yeah, well, but that's an actual criminal. But then you have somebody like O.J. Simpson who's still revered as one of the greatest footballers to ever play the game, and yet he brutally murdered his wife and her lover.
You know, he's
all good.
You know, he nearly played the Terminator.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
I know,
that is
right?
so fucked up because, well, I mean, for one, he could have run fast, that's for sure.
Yeah. Would have been a very interesting choice.
That would have been, yeah, exactly. I'll be back. Please don't, you'll murder my wife next, please. But no, Inmate number 1, Rise of Danny Trejo. I'm all about this, man. I would love to sit down and see this. I love a good documentary when it's about something I care about.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't watch documentaries if there's,
Yeah, I don't want to watch Tree number 1, The Rise of the Branch. Like, some shit like that. I don't care about trees.
Speaking of, like, documentaries about pop culture and things that we're interested in.
Yes.
I've been waiting for RoboDoc. RoboDoc, which is a documentary film. Wolf, yes.
Dog,
yes.
RoboDoc.
Oh. With a C.
Okay, so I was asking you, and you're like, yes, Wolf. And I'm like, oh, RoboDoc. Okay.
No, not RoboDog.
Yes. Okay.
RoboDoc, which is an actual documentary. I think it's crowdfunded, but it's like full background footage and interviews with the characters and actors from the original RoboCop. And it's been around Twitter for the last few years, but I don't think it's happening anymore.
Oh, damn.
There's plenty of clips out there, but I don't think it's actually being put together.
Well, that fucking sucks because that would be, like you said, something that you would be all about. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. But I am certainly fascinated in this as well.
No, definitely a topic that I want to see more of.
Yeah, for sure. Cool.
Yeah. All right, dude.
I think that's it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a swift, fast trailer park. Why not?
Absolutely. Now, normally we would go through Yassel Pass and talk about what we're going to watch, but, fuck that.
But hopefully with the way things are going here in Australia, and if everybody can keep their senses about them and just, keep your distance, stay clean, live life like you should be. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be back in the theatres within the next month or so. So Event Cinemas Glendale, we know you're listening. We miss you, and I cannot wait to charge through those doors and say 2 jumbo buckets of popcorn, please.
Absolutely. To make up for all the popcorn that you've missed over the last few months.
And that's the thing, being a Cinebuzz member as well, I'm going to be getting those free refills,
motherfucker.
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
I'm just going to yell out mid-movie, pause it, I need more.
Well, just remember, January and, over Christmas and January, Australia was on fire.
Oh, right.
And then we have coronavirus. As soon as this is over, what's next?
Oh, dude, if the year's anything to run by, okay, so we've gone through a natural disaster. Now we've gone, I'm going to call it a man-made disaster.
Essentially,
yeah, exactly.
Meteorite?
Oh.
What do you reckon?
An external disaster.
Yeah.
We've had something that the Earth caused here in Australia. Now we have the virus, which is a man-made, I'm going to say.
Yep.
Yeah, why not have an asteroid come down?
Yeah, because we've always talked about, AI taking over, but I don't think that's quite there yet. But the possibility of an asteroid is pretty high.
Hey, I still believe, man, in aliens. Yeah. They're coming, motherfucker.
They're on their way.
Why not? Absolutely. Yeah. But hopefully nothing else, and hopefully we can get the world back to normal. And it's weird to say, I hope by middle of next year we're good. Because we've got to wait, the cure for the virus or the whatever you call them. Vaccine, thank you. That's going to be mid next year at the earliest. Yeah. That it'll be fully distributed and stuff like that. So, my God, I hate talking about it, but the fact that we've got to wait 12 months or more before we can live life again like normal.
Yeah.
You take for granted all the little things like going to gigs and stuff, and going to the movies and not having
I hope I never have to return to my office. If there's one thing that I just want to remain, I want to stay right here in this room when I'm working. That's the one thing I want. I still want to be able to go back to the gym and take the dogs to the beach and go for a walk and go to the movies and all that good stuff. Yeah. But I don't want to go back to the office. I want to work right there as I do every day, day in, day out, looking out at my backyard, patting my dog. It's awesome. So there's some things I don't want to go back to normal.
Have you been told, or I may as well have a personal conversation on air, have you been told, is there a guideline, a procedure, steps that you're going to be taking? So at the moment it's just indefinite.
Well, at the moment, it's still up in the air. We're still sort of waiting to hear what the restrictions are going to be and whether they're going to lessen on businesses.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I did hear about is because I work in an office environment.
Of course.
we're all crammed into offices essentially that we have to sit a few desks apart, so we can only fit half the capacity of the people in the office at a time.
Oh, okay.
But not only that,
yeah.
how many people can walk up a stairs at a time?
That's
how
right.
Many people can be in the elevators?
That as well? How are you going to police that? That's right. What floor are you guys on?
I'm on level 5, which is executive level. There's 6 levels, which our top level is Taylor's level, and then there's mine where the executives and finance teams and
God damn. So there's going to be probably security at the doors going one in the elevator at a time.
Well, that's another thing they're talking about.
Wait. Yeah. All right, next.
That's what they're saying. Like, do they have to hire more people to police that? And also, the rule is if you're walking up the stairs within the building that you have to touch the handrail. Are they going to have
right.
wipes?
You need 3 points of contact. That's in all workplaces.
For WHS. So are they going to have somebody consistently wiping over the handrail?
But then that breaks the 1.5 meter rule if they're following you with a squeegee.
That's right. Oh my God. And the kitchen closed off.
Oh, Jesus.
So is there any beneficial reason to go back to the office, considering we've all been working just as well from home? But not only that, if things go back to normal where the company starts running as per normal, it'll cost them less having everybody at home.
Yeah,
and
true.
There's the less risk of all this, sparking back up.
If you hadn't have said it right at the top, I would definitely be like, this guy doesn't want to go back. It's pretty damn obvious.
Yeah, I'm pulling out all the stops.
Yes, you are, absolutely. We can clip this bit and send it to Fitzgibbon.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. Because he's not giving any answers right now. He's been very vague.
Yeah, no, well, I mean...
Big fan, I know he's listening.
Nice little house. Sitting there, not caring.
Up on the prairie, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. 7-figure man.
Yeah, absolutely. I wish I was, but guess what?
What's that, Dylan?
I'm poor. No, I'm just kidding.
So am I. Yeah. No, I'm not either.
Yeah, we don't have a podcast and sell merchandise and stuff. Anyway, that has been our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody, for listening. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at 2C3Pod. Make sure to follow those links below and follow us, like us, and share the content all on there amongst your family and friends.
That's right. And wherever you're listening to or watching us, thank you so much for your continued support. We appreciate it. But make sure it's your preferred platform. We're available on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and of course, YouTube, Big Summer Blowout, and everywhere fucking else as well.
Literally anywhere you can find podcasts, we are there for sure.
That's right. But if you own an Apple device and you have Apple Podcasts on your phone, it should be built in. Don't lie to me. Head on over there, find 2C3 Pod, 5 stars, write a little review. We'll read it out for next week.
Yeah, whatever you write, we'll certainly read them out on air on the show, of course.
Even if it's explicit.
This fucking show isn't for little cunt kids, all right? It's fine. We can say whatever you want. But
oh my God, you fucking bastard.
You can support the show, obviously, though, by heading over to tpublic.com or redbubble.com or patreon.com, where over at TeePublic and Redbubble, we have t-shirts, mugs, stickers, fridge magnets, fridge magnets. Yes, absolutely. All fresh new designs designed by Gun Gear and Graphics, as we mentioned in the ad in the middle of the episode, which these episodes are sponsored by at the moment.
Yes.
But also by joining our Patreon. We've got 3 affordable tiers which give you exclusive member benefits, but any tier that you join will give you automatic entries into any giveaways that we have.
That's right.
And also give you a free TCT pack sticker, which is certainly coming your way if you do provide us your address.
Yes.
So anybody who listens to this podcast who is a Patreon subscriber, please send us your address and reply to my message we can send you some stuff.
We'll keep it on file because free entries into all giveaways, you never know.
Absolutely.
But we have some bloody absolute heroes that we want to talk about right now. We have producer Jonathan Best. Thank you. Hero Alice Reddit. Thank you so much. And bloody legends Courtney Harris and Doorknobs McGillicuddy. You guys are fucking legends and we love you to death.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your continuous support.
That's right. But if Patreon isn't your cup of tea, that's totally acceptable. That's right. You. We do have PayPal as well. Two's Company 3's podcast at gmail.com if you wanted to flick us 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, $1 million. All of it comes straight back into the podcast and we appreciate that support greatly. Any business inquiries also, Two's Company 3's podcast at gmail.com.
Absolutely. But if you enjoyed what you just listened to, don't forget we have 2 podcasts, fresh new podcasts every fucking week.
That's right.
Every Wednesday and every Friday. Wednesdays, news and reviews. Fridays, Trailer Park, Yards of Blast in the Past, whatever it is. I wait for him to tell me what it is and then we do it.
Exactly, that's right. Friday's my baby. So if you like Friday, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm glad somebody does.
Absolutely.
But we also have YouTube, of course. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of fucking content on there.
Hours and hours. More hours.
That's right. Sorry, I forgot there was more commas in there. That's right.
There's
hours.
Yep.
Yeah. There's so much content on there. Please subscribe and ring that bell.
Absolutely.
Just to make our lives a little bit sweeter.
Absolutely. Make sure to share it as well. But not only that, if you like YouTube as well, you can what?
Oh, I was just going to say, we need to request that our lovely listeners do a little bit of homework. If you don't want to donate or anything like that or write a review, that's fine. tell somebody. Word of mouth. Just say, hey, 2C3 Pod, Newcastle, local guys, you know?
Give
Check
us a
them
share.
out. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Film, TV and Gaming. Woo!
And for anybody listening to this offshore outside of Australia, thank you very much. But make sure to do the same. Tell your friends, tell your family, share us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that jazz. We're all there.
Yeah, we can be the next virus.
Oh, Jesus.
I've already got a good name, 2C3 Pod.
Ooh, for sure. Yeah, you Google that and we pop up everywhere.
Bang.
Absolutely. Now, make sure to follow us as well over on Twitch. If you liked watching Twitch streaming gaming, you can find me at twitch.tv/Dylan2C3pod. And you can find the same channel as well also on Facebook.
Absolutely. But twitch.tv/Mitchell_TCTP if you wanted to check a grown adult playing Fortnite.
Absolutely. But most importantly, Mitchell.
Yes.
And all the listeners and viewers of Two's Company 3's a podcast, I am proud to announce...
Oh, God.
Thank you for tuning in. My name is Dylan, and as always, with my co-host,
Mitchell. And did I forget, we're Two's Company, and you are the podcast.
Gotcha.
Oh, what? Yeah. You're the podcast. I was like, where is it in the notes? We didn't schedule an announcement. We told them about the mugs and the frig magnets and the PayPals. Holy crap. That was very tense. Why was that so tense? All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking around post credits. We always do trivia at the end of every episode. We've been doing this for, as we established, 18 weeks, and we've been doing it 19 weeks now.
Yeah, for sure.
Quite a while. But anyway, we do a little bit of trivia between ourselves. Scorecard at the moment is myself 8 of 19.
No, wasn't it 36 weeks?
No, 36 episodes.
Oh, yes.
So now 37. This is the 38th episode that we've been doing this. But yes, 19 weeks we've been doing this for.
Yeah.
Yes. I am 8 of 19 and Dylan is now 9 of 18, trying to make it 10 of 20. Keep that 50% ratio.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm not going to, am I? Or will I?
I may as well just let you read this because it's fucking
really?
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to let you
surprise you.
read your own question and then tell me what's under my thumb.
In Disney's The Lion King, what does Hakuna Matata mean? It means no worries. Didn't I say this?
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
I said this at the end of last episode. It'll be something stupid like Disney.
I thought it was going to be fucking Nemo, but here's Lion King.
I can't believe that. I said that. It'll be
That's bull. I know you said, it'll be something like, in Finding Nemo, what's the fish's name? That's bullshit. God damn it.
That's a bit cheap, isn't it?
Oh, that's insane.
Thanks for tuning into that video by Two's Company Freezer Podcast. Don't be sad though, there's plenty more where that came from. Another cheeky video right there, maybe even hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Or, if you don't like our faces, check us out on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube.